Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the fall, but spots are limited. Contact us today for football, soccer, field hockey, and volleyball by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground to first. Quinn's up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on! Nassau County AA champions!
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside!
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Teams who know each other really well, they're competing for that. It's the Nassau Class B championship game featuring the second-seeded Seahawks of Cold Spring Harbor and the top-seeded Frogs from Carle Place. Tonight's Nassau Class B championship game is brought to you and presented by Orlin and Cohen. We thank Orlin and Cohen Orthopedic Group so much for their sponsorship. Well, we welcome you inside the booth here at Farmingdale State College. Dylan Butler, Rob Anderson. Not a lot to say before the start of this one. It's two teams who know each other well. They split regular season matchups, both winning 4-2. They know each other. We know them. It should be a lot of fun.
It definitely should be. Cold Spring Harbor knows they're dealing with someone who's got championship pedigree. They know they've got to win the 50-50s and defend those big plays. And on the other side, Carle Place knows that they have a handful against some really athletic soccer players.
We'll take a quick break for the playing of the national anthem.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network. Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any teams looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
Here comes the 1-0. Hit on the ground to first. Quinn's up with it. Feeds to Varela. It's a no-hitter! And Division's moving on! Nassau County AA champions!
As West barks out the signal. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside!
Varsity Media offers sportscast coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
And back here at Farmingdale State College, anthem played, crowd still filing in. Should be a terrific Class B final. Let's see how these two teams got here. Take a look at the bracket here at Class B, and you can see both teams winning a week ago. Carle Place had a bit of a scare against Oyster Bay. They won that one 2-1, and Cold Spring Harbor beating Evergreen 2-0. It was a situation where Cold Spring had to utilize a third-string goalkeeper, and Gito did a terrific job for them. But now Ty Donaldson, the regular starter, is back for Cold Spring Harbor. For the Seahawks, let's take a look at their players to watch in this one. They come in with a 10-6-1 record. As we said, the number 2 seed here in Nassau Class B, and a couple guys who no doubt will be very impactful here tonight.
Yeah, we talked about the dynamic play of Finn Richmond. In the last game, he's got a bunch of goals. He can make some big plays. Will Kisner, captain, very strong out of the back, tough to beat off the ball. As a matter of fact, he's usually knocking other people off the ball. Going to be a fun duo to watch here for Cold Spring Harbor.
Carle Place, they come in as the top seed, the defending champions. They're 13-2-2. And we know the Frogs will be leaning on a couple of guys to help them leap over Cold Spring Harbor and win another county title.
And one of them is big number 9, Ryan Leary. We talk about him every single game. The giant throw in, the physical play. He could play in the back. He could play in the front, depending on what they need in the game. And Matthew Babino, a field general out there, sees the field really well, can put it into the net or distribute it to somebody else to finish the job.
Let's take a look at the starters for today's game. First, for the visitors from Cold Spring Harbor, the Seahawks in a 4-3-3 formation with a sweeper stopper. You've got Neary, Kisner, Sheridan, and Light in the back. Left to right, Stimful, Mazzilli, Rio Furukawa stepping in for his brother. He will start, the junior. Graydon Vitigliano, Uris Gilvecchian, and Finn Richmond up top. And in goal, he's back, folks. Ty Donaldson didn't play in the semifinals, but Donaldson, the junior, returning for this one. Also got hurt in the second half of the first Cold Spring Carle Place game. So Donaldson ready to go here tonight.
And Coach Christian Lynch very, very happy with that. He did get through. Gito did a sensational job against Evergreen, but was not going to try the luck here against Carle Place.
And let's meet the starters for Carle Place in this one. A 4-5-1 formation for the Frogs. From left to right in the back, it's McCarthy, Babino, Sibilia, and Rodriguez. Left to right in the midfield, Acuista, Villegas, Mihalakis, Pereira, and Costa. And up front, Ryan Leary. In goal for Carle Place, Max Cardova, the senior, 28 saves, 8 goals against. Big punt, big goal kick, and athletic goalkeeper for Carle Place. And last but certainly not least, our officials for today's game. Matt Sether in the middle. Jimmy Memos, Jim Best are your ARs, and Steve Padditz is your 4th official. And maybe really last but not least, how about the Bowl Boys? Those are the U12 team from the Carle Place Dynamo. They're back in there, brother. They were the ones who were on the field as Leary has an ambitious effort sail wide. They were the ones on the field for the semifinals as well.
That's all right, getting their action in, supporting their team, and they did a sensational job that day. And lots of action today, especially when you got Leary taking shots like that. They'll be running around.
And again, we know, right? These two teams know each other well. There's no surprises when it comes to this county final, right? So it's just about who executes their game plan the best. And you got to imagine, Rob, early on, some nerves, no doubt.
Absolutely. Even though Carle Place is a team that seems here annually, they definitely got to shake off some nerves as a feeling out process. And every year, different team. And this Cold Spring Harbor team shows that they're battle tested.
As we said, these two teams split a pair of regular season games. Cold Spring Harbor back on September 7th really kind of announced themselves as a title contender with that 4-2 win at home over Carle Place. On that day, it was Graydon Vitigliano Aris Gilveckian, Luca Mazzilli, they each had a goal and an assist. Josh Stempfel had a goal. Ryan Leary had 1 and 1 for Carle Place. So now you go the other way late in September. Carle Place won by the same score line, 4-2. Stempfel again with a goal. Lucas Villegas had a goal. Jason Pereira, a pair of assists. Finn Richmond scoring for Cold Spring Harbor. So if this was, I don't know, European championships where maybe you work things on aggregate, it would be level, 4-4. That's how close these two teams were during the regular season. Throw in for Cold Spring Harbor. And the Seahawks, as we saw, or as we will show you, we didn't show you the keys, but when we get a chance to show you, we will show you that's one of their keys. And certainly Connor Reardon, the Carle Place head coach, recognizes the same. They're very dangerous on set pieces. Sheridan, the throw-in. It will go out for our first corner kick of the game. Heading over there is Finn Richmond. Although Richmond quickly just leaves it. That's Josh Stempfel. We told you how he was all over the score sheet in both regular season encounters. Ethan Light playing it or looking like it could be a short corner, and you could see this is straight out of the training grounds. Curled back post and cleared off the line. Another corner. That was well worked, Rob.
Yeah, they put numbers up top there, close, but played Connor Sheridan back, and that ball volleyed almost right to Sheridan's foot, unable to connect, but they're going to get another shot at it.
Yeah, you could see probably sometime yesterday over at Cold Spring Harbor, if you were in the press box there, you take a picture, that was exactly how it was drawn up, right? Like all the pieces in the right places. This one taken short. Ball into the mix. It's loose. Back post! And there's the opening goal! Rio Furukawa. 1-0, Cold Spring Harbor.
So if at first you don't succeed long, you play it short. And we'll get another look at that one as it's played short by Finn Richmond. And off the hip, Rio Furukawa, right place, right time. The defender's nowhere near him. And Cold Spring Harbor strikes first, Dylan.
Rio Furukawa, his first of the season. How about that for timing? And 2, proof positive. It doesn't matter how you put it in. That went off his thigh. He'll take it. 1-0 for Cold Spring Harbor. And that's what we said, right? How dangerous they are at restarts.
It's also going to keep Carle Place on their toes. You know, 2 totally different looks there, Dylan. Far post and then the short ball. They could do it a lot of different ways. Coach Christian Lynch takes a lot of time to get this team ready.
And while we have this opportunity on the goal kick, we'll hold it. We'll hold the phone. This is a throw. I thought it was a goal kick for a second. Sheridan will go up the sideline. When we have another stoppage, we'll show you those keys to the game. Good 1-2. And there's Richmond chasing after it. Strong tackle by Babino. Taken right back for Cold Spring Harbor. That ball served across the 18, deflected away. And cleared by the Frogs. Make no mistake, Carle Place, as Leary is called for the foul, make no mistake, Cold Spring Harbor have come to play.
Down low on that challenge, that was Luca Mazzilli using his physicality and size there to bump off the ball before it went the other way. 2-time All-County player.
Ball flicked out, another throw for Cold Spring Harbor. Early goings, Rio Furukawa. The go-ahead goal, 5th minute. Back post off his thigh. Not sure if it was exactly how Christian Lynch drew it up. He'll take it.
He'll tell you he did.
Well, maybe not off the thigh. Maybe like that beautiful first-time finish off the bounce like we saw in the semifinals. But regardless, it was at the back post. And I don't know the amount. We've seen a lot of soccer here, especially at Farmingdale State, there's been more than a few back post goals.
Yeah, without a doubt, they like that look, and you know they're starting to settle in on this field. Also, Dylan, it's wide, it's spacious.
Sheridan bombs it towards the edge of the 18. It's headed there, and the attempted clearance. Carle Place very much on their back heels right now. It is all Cold Spring Harbor early on. They are attacking every ball, every challenge, and winning a few there as well. You saw Furukawa stepping in, headed back in. That was Light. Chasing after it, Sheridan, but here comes Carle Place. Leary ahead. Rounds Donaldson. There's the equalizer. Ryan Leary. 1-1.
And he's chest bumping his teammates and almost knocked them over. He is stoked right now. And that's what Carle Place can do. Quiet, quiet. Here comes the long ball. Staying onside with the long strides. It's Leary and Ryan Leary. Little touch and then boop. Using the instep and making sure it hits the back of the net. Ryan Leary doing Ryan Leary things.
Goal number 16 on the year. And already, only 8 minutes into this one, we've had a pair of goals, 1-1. Babino tries to push himself upfield, literally is pushing and shoving, and then pull down. Where are we going? Free kick for Carle Place, as that was a battle between Babino and Luca Mazzilli.
And Mazzilli got the hand up, and that's where it went all wrong from. You know, he tried making the argument, maybe he got bumped first, but the official's going to see the arm up every time, and that tenacity that time not working in his favor.
Here's Jason Pereira, has such an unbelievable touch on the ball. Could put it anywhere he wants. This one curls high in the air. Testing Donaldson off the crossbar. Pereira felt it as soon as it went off the foot because he had his hands on his head. Like, oh my goodness, how did I not get that one in?
And only he would think that, you know, to have the shot go the way he wanted it, just hits the crossbar.
The audacity. From here, we were like, he's just going to curl it in, edge of the 18, find the runner. Pereira's like, I'm not like everybody else.
He has established that throughout his career here at Carle Place. He's not like everybody else.
And I think the highlight reel that Jason Pereira can put together, I think would blow up social media. Like
that's probably in playoffs alone, right? You know,
and here's a guy who has his own patented move, Ryan Leary. He'll back things up. And here comes another deep throw. Donaldson punches it out, but not clear, and then it was cleared by one of his defenders.
Saved by Ty Donaldson.
And something Christian Lynch and Cold Spring Harbor is very aware of, that, you know, you might set up their corner kicks, but that Ryan Leary hop and drop throw is as good, if not better, than any corner kick.
And he'll do it here from the Cold Spring Harbor bench. Good job defending, and I think that's the only way to really defend it, is have someone maybe anticipate who the player receiving that is and step in front of them and win that header. Leary takes a touch, can't connect. And now 50-50 battle in the midfield. Cold Spring Harbor in the 18. Shot blocked. One thing, Rob, that I love so far, neither team playing it like safe, close to the vest, like they're just going for it. Here's Sheridan. He's got a Leary light throw. effective nonetheless. Into the 18 off Babino. He's got a clear. Mazzilli can't reach out for it, and that one fired wide by Kisner. And now, Rob, let's take a look at the keys to the game for both of these teams.
And if you look here, Cold Spring Harbor knows that they have to defend on the set pieces. They've done so, thanks to Pereira hitting. Communicate all over the field, and you can't let Pereira have space, which probably means free kicks as well. For Carle Place, contain the counterattacks, defend the set pieces, which they weren't able to do on that second corner, and execute their set pieces.
And Reardon sounded like the basketball coach he will be in a few weeks, where he said also execute our sets. There's Pereira on the ball. Tries to slide it into Leary. Donaldson's got to come off his line to corral that deflected ball.
And a really great read there by Donaldson to make sure the second effort didn't go through. And Dylan, I love that you said about both of them attacking right now. They understand that they've got to give Carle Place some credit, some reverence, but not to the point that they're going to sit back and watch him set up. They're attacking the entire time.
And Carle Place showing in the early moments, too. They don't need a whole lot to turn things around. Furukawa, the interception, gets the ball right back. Here comes Rio. Bodied off by McCarthy. 50-50 challenge. Good win by Light. There's a lot of officials in the stands tonight.
Well, they need him, right? So they can call Tom Cully and sign up today.
But I don't think you're allowed to be one from the stands. That's the difference, I think. You actually need to put on a uniform and run the field. I don't think there's a need for officials from the stands.
No,
there's plenty of them. Leary with the throw. Pereira. Nice cut. Pereira to his left. What a dangerous ball. Mihalakis looking for it. It took a fortunate bounce for Donaldson, who was able to pick it up.
Mihalakis has been battling that entire time, a lot of times with Connor Chomyuk back there. And he was the one that almost got that second effort. Again, they look for him. He's kind of a physical kid. He's going to get in those dirty spots and try to bang one in.
For the Seahawks, number 14,
And on cue there is Chomyuk, the junior right back. Splits time with Ethan Light. Mazzilli back to Chomyuk. Takes a settling touch, goes to the edge of the 18. Taken down, second effort, goal! 2-1, Cold Spring Harbor, Vitigliano.
And you could take another look. That effort looking effortless. It bounces off the back. The second one just kicks with the outstep of his foot and has Cordova guessing, leaning left, but out of his reach. And Dylan, that's how you do it. It doesn't always have to be perfect. Use the outside laces and boom.
They call him G. And it ain't nothing but a G thing, baby. Vitigliano, goal number 8 on the season. 2-1 now, Cold Spring Harbor. 3 goals in the opening 15 minutes.
For the Seahawks.
Keep them coming. Chomyuk to throw. Leary just muscles his way to win that header. Gets it to Pereira. Doesn't need a lot of space to operate. Spins away from a couple defenders. You can see how quickly. That was one of the keys. And right as soon as Pereira gets a touch, swarmed like bees.
And great that Luca Mazzilli's the one getting a lot of that assignment. He's fast, he's physical. Keep him all over Pereira.
Now Carle Place looks to try to find an equalizer. And I'll tell you right now, it feels like not just one, there feels like there are multiple goals left in this one. Easy pickup there for Donaldson.
Well, 2 6-goal affairs means they could put numbers up on the board. So
they're halfway there. Off the bounce. And pumping the brakes. Good moves by Richmond. Tries to earn the corner. He'll get a deep throw. And the way that Sheridan can throw the ball, it will be similar.
Throw in number 4, Connor Sheridan.
Sheridan backs up on the track. Grabbed well by Cordova. The best part of that, Rob, is it wasn't punched out. It didn't stay alive. He just reached up, grabbed it like a wide receiver, and held on.
Yeah, and then recognized momentum and stayed in the box. Settled his team down. Absolutely, Dylan.
There's McCarthy. Was able to turn. Pressure was on, though. Good stuff from Carle Place to get out of said pressure. There's Joey Acquista. Up the sideline. Here comes Ryan Leary. Like the 5'16" bound for Farmingdale. Throw in for Carle Place, and we'll have a substitution.
Substitution on the field for Carle Place.
As Leary set for one of his patented throws. Leary, this one goes back stick. It's loose off of Donaldson. Bodies hit the floor. And it's knocked out. Here's Leary now. Leary. Beautiful ball, back post. Offside flag, though, is raised.
One of those assets of Donaldson is size, and you saw there how he managed to get up and over all those green uniforms to get that ball out of play. And Dylan, so far, you know, I know Christian and Connor a long time. You do. Christian's got his team like amped. They are coming out guns a-blazing, and that's the mental part of this game. Again, you show respect to them. There he is, Christian Lynch. Look at it, animated and
he's ready to go. He took a touch over there. He looks like he's back playing for Northport.
I was going to say, wearing cleats? What is he doing?
Well, now it looks like he's limping a little bit. I think he took a heavy touch. Christian Lynch, his 4th season at the helm.
Behind legendary Eddie Moeller. Before that, Eddie, a huge institution in Cold Spring Harbor.
And there's plenty of intensity on the other bench as well. We do know that. Knowing Connor Reardon the way we do from multiple sports, whether he's coaching the girls' basketball team or certainly out here as well. He's a guy, he knows the route to Farmingdale State College. I think he doesn't need the GPS.
No. He can get to the field and the gym with his eyes closed. Sense of smell.
18th season for Connor Reardon at the helm. What you love about him, too, is there he is at the end, arms folded. Right next to Pat Leary as well, former Lawrence head coach. What a tandem that is. But Connor Reardon, a 2005 graduate of Carle Place. Stephen Laureano, don't want to forget him either. He's part of that staff.
And when you saw Leary next to Reardon, and we've talked about it, yin and yang over there. Connor, a constant brooding intensity. You could see it in his eyes. And it comes out. And then Pat Leary just absolutely mellow. Gets intense, but is the voice of reason over there.
I meant to ask Pat and all the with our paths crossing as much as they have these last few days, what impact did he have on that Ryan Leary throw-in? Does he have any anything to do with that? Or is that all Ryan?
I'll be honest with you. Even if Pat did, he wouldn't say. But I know he credits his son.
And an ambitious effort by Sheridan goes wide.
And he credits a lot of the athleticism to his wife, Karen, who is a star basketball player. Very humble, Mr. Leary.
Good look there at Cordova, who leads it to Babino. Throw in for Cold Spring Harbor. But yeah, I saw both teams in the gym area a couple hours before the game, and listen, they were game faces throughout. Nobody was like laughing or joking. I don't know if they were on the bus. I wasn't there, but as soon as they got off the bus, it was all business.
Throwing Connor Sheridan.
Another throw for Sheridan. 21st minute, 2-1 the lead for Cold Spring Harbor. Tough one, Cordova misplays it, and he's got to come back and recover.
Scooped up by Cordova.
What is there? I'm sorry if a couple
Yeah,
of
no,
them
go
were caught off guard there, the Cold Spring Harbor players. I don't know if they recognized that it got knocked down, not scooped up.
Furukawa. Ball sent back out to midfield. Rio didn't start in the semifinal, was still nursing his way back to full health. His brother Rin did, and it was Rin Furukawa scoring his first goal of the year in the semifinals.
Number 4,
And now Rio,
Patrick McCarthy.
realizing how much fun that is, got the goal scoring started for Cold Spring Harbor in the 5th minute. Ryan Leary leveled in the 8th minute, and then Graydon Vitagliano made it 2-1 for Cold Spring Harbor. And judging by some of the fans in the stands, apparently Halloween is still happening. It is a cold night, so listen, if your costume keeps you warm, go for it. Slide towards midfield. A headed clearance. And the two teams trade possession in the midfield. There's Leary. The turn. Leary still on it. Spins and finally dispossessed. Chamyong had a lot of work to do, and he did the work. And now Leary chases after the second ball.
And Leary had Cristiano Costa on the outside there and just couldn't get it to him.
Pereira. Second ball, Mehalakis, and then it was Mehalakis with the slide tie. Oh no, play on. Off the crossbar! What an effort by Cristiano Costa.
He's been hanging out there for a while, Dylan. I said it right on that Leary one. No one's really picking him up in the vicinity is Furukawa, but you can see here, ball gets tipped out. Nobody near him. Furukawa tries to give chase, but the shot off, and you can bet Christian Lynch is going to notice that.
And Costa got full service on that. Crushed the crossbar, and now he's still open as he enters the 18-yard box. Costa, a kid who played for Met Oval in MLS Next. And what an addition he's been to a team that returned so much from last year's county champions.
Throw in Ryan Leary.
Here comes Leary again. High in the air. Headed from the near post, but back to Leary. Drives it in. And again, a Cold Spring Harbor player, the first to it. No numbers yet for Cold Spring Harbor, so a wise angled run by Finn Richmond, but then they were dispossessed. Like the idea. Like, you're not going to go straight forward, 1v4, so cut inside and allow your teammates to come and join you. Carle Place, they've outscored the opposition this year 58-22. But add them up, right? Like what, 4, 6, 8 of those goals scored of the 22 by Cold Spring Harbor. Furukawa tries to chase down McCarthy. Good job there, just being a pest It results in a throw-in for Cold Spring Harbor's Connor Sheridan.
Cold Spring Harbor's throw-in, number 4, Connor Sheridan.
Sheridan will back it up. Flicked on, second ball, saved by Cordova.
Save, Max Cordova.
Technically just his first save. Shots were off target, shots were behind him as a foul was called against Cold Spring Harbor. And we'll stop the clock. And we'll see if a card is given. It is. Yellow card issued to Cold Spring Harbor's number 10, Graydon Vitagliano. So Vitagliano has a goal in the 15th minute and a yellow card in the 26th minute.
And a hard challenge there against Nico Rodriguez. Rodriguez back up on his feet, but is heading to the sidelines. So we'll hope that he's all right, and it's going to be now a free kick for the Frogs.
It's been unusually warm. I wouldn't say uncomfortably warm because it's been comfortable, but it's been unusually warm these last 4 days, 3 days or so. And we're back to the way we expect it to be here. Just chilly evening at Farmingdale State College.
And you mentioned the Halloween costumes. Now that the onesies are the trend, maybe you and I have to rethink our clothing for tomorrow.
Is that like a messy onesie? Probably somewhere, right?
I guarantee you can find it. Maybe Snoopy in like a messy uniform.
Ball in the box again for Leary. Cleared away. Mehalakis. Still on it. Ball served. Punched away. Still alive and cleared away. And again, it's Richmond on an island, so he's trying to keep possession while allowing his teammates to join. He did just that, and good job by Furukawa to push it out for a throw-in. I see a Ghostbuster just showed up.
Throw-in, Connor Sheridan.
See what side he's going to.
Sheridan flicked on. And now Richmond chases after, wins that race, plays it to the edge of the 6. Dangerous ball, and cleared out. Vitagliano was creeping on the doorstep there. And another throw for Cold Spring Harbor. Perhaps that was a stat I should have tracked in this one. Throw-ins, because there's been a lot for Cold Spring Harbor.
Which is a reflection of the pressure that they're putting on the defense, that they're clearing it out to the sides.
Sheridan. Will he get another one here? He will.
Another throw-in for Sheridan.
This one plays the feet. He'll get the return. Now he sends a cross high in the air. It's headed back across. Challenge, still alive. Left-footed shot, that was blocked. Furukawa with the shot.
Well, you got that delayed whistle, so that shot wouldn't have counted. Left his feet on the challenge, and referee said they're just waiting on that one. And Dylan, we'll see if we set up. You can see now Joey Aquisa, number 7 on our side, taking that spot of Costa. And a lot of room on the left side. Furukawa either picking up a different assignment, but we'll see if that left side plays in, because there's a lot of space if the Frogs can get the ball over to the left.
Joey Aquista, you mentioned, part of an outstanding soccer family. His dad, Joe, played high school soccer in Queens at St. Francis Prep and went up to Oneonta State. Every one of his uncles played college soccer as well. Most famously, Carlo Aquista won a national championship with St. John's, currently the head coach at Fordham University. And his dad, Joe, has coached almost all of these guys with the Carle Place Sounders. Shouts for a handball. We'll get a corner kick instead. Played short. Pereira attacks the space, trying to get it to Leary. 50-50 challenge inside of the box. The offside flag is raised. And Carle Place offside.
Free kick for the
Cold Spring
Seahawks.
Harbor defense doing a really nice job packing it in and making sure that Leary doesn't get touches.
As we approach 10 minutes left in the first
If the ball's
half.
played to his feet, they have a good
Free kick for
chance at,
number
you know,
4.
getting rid of it. Just got to hope it's not up in the air because he's got a little bit of a size advantage.
Furukawa, that blocked. McCarthy sends it forward. Chamyunk returns it back to midfield. Good win by McCarthy. There's Mihalakis. Clips the ball to that right flank. Now across into the box. Mihalakis off his chest. Fires, that's blocked. Now inside the final 10 minutes of the first half, it's Carle Place looking to possess. Again, locating Leary. He takes it off his chest, which is so big that he nearly puts it back into midfield. Advantage played. It will go out, though, for a throw.
Throw in McCarthy.
Here's Babino. Launches one to Leary. Off his right leg, now he tries to get it to Mihalakis. Still chases after it. He's doubled. She's going to try to win the corner. And he does.
Dylan, how strong is he? It's part of that dynamic that they have up top. You have Ryan Leary that can bulldoze or get the touch. Pereira that looks just beautiful with all those shots. And then Mihalakis, a bulldog.
Another short corner taken by Carle Place. Hands up in the box was Vito Sibilia. They didn't locate him. Which furthers your analysis that, as Cordova grabs it, when you're attacking this side, this left side appears to be wide open for Carle Place to attack. That's where they're looking to go now, as Acquista, unable to run onto it, sent back in by Villegas.
If it's something Coach Reardon notices, I would tell Acquista and Costa, just try to hang out there. Acquista's been taking a lot of runs towards the net. If he hangs out and that ball gets there, he'll have a look.
Villegas called for the foul.
Free kick for Connor Sheridan.
And it's a free kick for Cold Spring Harbor and Connor Sheridan. And we'll stop the clock as Sheridan ties that left boot.
So Dylan, the AA finals all settled up with Garden City advancing, and today we're going to see what happens with the Bees. And then the single and AAA's on deck as we finish a weekend of Nassau County finals for boys soccer.
Wait, are you saying it ends tomorrow? I'm going to be sad.
It will be. This action's been absolutely incredible.
It has. And a terrific host, Farmingdale State College. Great venue. Nice big wide field. Right off of 110. Ball sent towards that corner flag. There's Pereira on it. What a ball! There's the tying goal! Babino! 2-2!
And he runs to the sidelines to celebrate with the fans. Babino muscling his way in there. It bounced off the head of one of the defenders, and then Babino tips it in. And they can strike quickly, Dylan. I'll tell you, it looked like a lot of control by the Seahawks, but then all of a sudden, boom.
If we could show that again, that was all heart by Babino, and what an incredible ball played in by Pereira. Look at this ball. And watch Babino. Takes a deflection back to goal. 2-2. Babino, goal number 8 on the year.
And an energized Frog fan base. They are hopping in the stands right now.
Literally. And a foul called against Carle Place.
We got their little cheerleaders down there with the green pom-poms, and it's a family affair here tonight. Saturday night soccer.
And the women's team here at Farmingdale State, they're selling hot chocolate and hot pretzels at the bottom of the stands so everyone can get something to eat, something to drink, stay warm a little bit. Richmond takes a touch. It's felt like it hasn't been like a very long time, but it feels like a long time since Cold Spring Harbor's had the ball and challenging Cordova.
Throw in for Sheridan.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. They came out on fire, and you know it's hard to sustain that type of energy for 40 minutes, obviously, but they were buzzing to get out of the gate here.
Sheridan, who gets the second ball, Carle Place does, and they look to clear. Look out, Leary chasing after. And he's a guy unique in his skill set in that you've got to all the time account for him. Anywhere on the field. Dangerous ball, and again, to your point, I don't know if it's Furukawa not recognizing over his shoulder, but anytime Carle Place wants it would appear, they've got space on the left side. That time it was Joey Acquista chasing after it.
You got to wonder if, you know, even from Coach Lynch's vantage point, maybe not necessarily picking it up as well, but definitely something you want to look at moving forward in the second half.
And now Cold Spring Harbor looking to attack. Did they earn the corner? They did not. It's a goal kick. We're just 2 goals away from the favored scoreline between these two this year, 4-2. Or they'll split the difference and we'll have a barn burner down the stretch.
I was saying I wouldn't place a bet right now, I'll tell you that.
Villegas, nice win in midfield. Pereira tracks it down. We got to fight through and win by Mehelakis. Plays to his right side. Pereira through a maze of players, still on it. He is so dangerous on the ball. Goes back post for Acquista. Chasing it down. Acquista keeps it alive. No, he did not. A goal kick for Cold Spring Harbor.
But during that time Pereira had the ball, Lucas Villegas was kind of set up in the back. It's the second time that they had an attack. They didn't decide to play back. They had Nico Rodriguez earlier on one. So they're in full attack mode right now.
There's Babino losing it to Richmond. Richmond gets it right back. Richmond just wide.
Goal kick.
I guess to my point, we were saying about the side where Acosta and Acquista seem to have some space. They could also play it back and open it up. It seems like Seahawks are conceding that as well right now.
There is Acquista on the ball, trying to get it to Leary, and Leary just smacks his hands, unable to corral that ball.
Throw in Connor Chumyoung.
This Carle Place team very much intact. Hard challenge by Villegas. And no foul was called. Substitution as Leary will throw it from midfield. This Carle Place team largely in place from the squad that won the title last year on PKs over Wheatley. They went 15-0-2 on the year. They went on, they beat Babylon 2-0. Ryan Leary and Tyler Aguiar scored goals in that one. And then heartbreak in the Class B regional final against Spackenkill. They were tied 1-1. They lose 6-5 on PKs. So they won the counties on PKs, and their season ended on PKs as well. That's Gavin Lima. Lima, goal! What a service from Lima, and at the back stick, Costa. 3-2, Carle Place.
And a little team celebration there at the end. You'll take a look here. A beautiful service and a header, absolute perfection there. And it's Cristiano Costa. And man, that's a tough goal right there to give up at this stage of the game. You've had the lead twice.
Lima, assist number 4 on the season. He's just a freshman. Costa, he's a sophomore. Goal number 2 for the kid they call Cristiano. Inside the final minute now. Back-to-back goals by Carle Place. 5 minutes apart. Babino in the 34th, Costa in the 39th. That's Carle Place's first lead of the game. And again, these teams played barn burners. Richmond serves it, left-footed shot, that's blocked. Here comes Leary. 15 seconds, Leary powers into the box. Leary, shot saved by Donaldson. And that is how the first half will end. What a rally from Carle Place in the final 10 minutes of that second half. Finals are usually won by effort and hard work, and also goals like this. What a header at the back post by Costa. And it's 3-2 for Carle Place at the half. First half stats and highlights and more when we return here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
And once again, a reminder that the Farmingdale women's soccer team is selling hot chocolate and hot pretzels near the entrance of the bleachers.
Thank you for watching Varsity Media, the leaders in New York high school sports coverage.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so you're here watching the Varsity Media halftime report throughout the playoffs. I'm joined by State Representative, the big man, and the color analyst, Al Freeman, and also by Mr. Instagram, the Instagram man, and head coach at Oyster Bay, Brian Donahue. Al, let's start out with you. The playoffs, an exciting time of year. What's Nassau bringing?
NASA's bringing a very competitive set of classification playoffs, Brian and Rob. It's incredible. We've already started, and we've had some upsets in AAA, and today there's going to be some single A games, and I wouldn't bet against anybody winning each individual game today because it's that competitive.
Again, I'm going to piggyback on what Al said. You know, not only have we had an incredibly tight and awesome playoff games, right? We had a couple of OT games already. We've had a PK shootout already, but that is coming off the heels of a very competitive regular season. Out of our 7 conferences, only one of them, which is the AAAs, came down to crowning champions on the last day of the season. And even in the AAAs, this was a conference that was battling out for the number 2 and the number 3 seed on the last day of the season. So, you know, we've gotten Nassau soccer to a point where literally every single one of our leagues is very, very competitive. And there are some top-notch, high-level competitors sitting in these conferences. So as we go through, we look at guys like Miles Watson in Garden City with 24 regular season goals. He's a guy who can dominate a game. And for those of the guys out there who watch my Sunday night podcasts, I've been saying all along, a team like Glen Cove, you can't sleep on someone like Henry Hernandez. And when we saw him play his game last time, he scored 4 goals in a playoff game to push Glen Cove through. And then someone like AJ Golino for Plainage down in the A's, he's seemingly been a Newsday top 100 player for the last 4 years. I'm looking for someone like him to now go and dominate in a playoff game and now try and push that Plainage through. And then if you look at the Bees, you have Carle Place with their two-headed monster of Leary and Jason Pereira in the midfield. Both of them were all-state players. And, we still haven't figured out a time when a team brought back 2 all-state players. And Ryan Leary has the possibility of being a 3-time all-state player.
And the best thing about having you, Brian, is that the Instagram has put out a great product, getting Nassau County soccer to all the athletes. Varsity Media also this year doing a huge job with 12 games, 18 different teams, and then the generosity of Orlin and Cohen to make these playoffs free for all the parents and athletes in Nassau County. It's an amazing opportunity, and both of you have been a part of it as far as broadcasters. Just maybe a little quick, Al, your broadcasting experience, any highlights from the games you got to work with?
Well, first of all, I think it starts with the tremendous legwork that's done by both Dylan and John in getting information from the 2 teams and getting the coaches to open up. The information that they brought in really enhanced the broadcast and made the players and the coaches come alive to the audience.
I like seeing the other side of it, and it's a lot harder than it looks. For everyone out there who wants to think about getting into this side, it's so much harder than it looks. And, for me, I think it's starting to make me a better coach. I get to see a lot more teams than just my team and the few teams in Conference B, going to see all these teams on these other fields and trying to break down their games from now a color analyst perspective. It's putting the whole perspective of coaching in a different light.
For your coverage of the states and the playoffs in general, tell everybody about what they're going to get on Instagram, where they find you, and how they can get in touch.
So you can go to Nassau Soccer on Instagram, and, I'm going to be at all of the games going forward, as many as I can. I can't take half days from work as much as I would love to. We have games, kicking off at 2:00 in these quarterfinals, semifinal games. I will be at every semifinal and final game going forward. I'll be at every Long Island Championship game going forward. And every one of Nassau County teams that go forward from the Long Island Championship, I'll be going up to the state games. I'll be up there. Send me clips, send me information about your players. And, all we care about on the Nassau Soccer Instagram page is promoting our teams and our players. And it's all about positivity in that community that we're creating there.
And nobody does it better, Bryce. So Nassau County's got a ton of great people working behind the scenes. Al Freeman, one of them. Thanks, Al, Brian. Awesome stuff, folks. You're watching All the Playoffs, sponsored by Orlin and Cohen for free here on the Varsity Media Network. Get ready for the second half and enjoy some playoff soccer.
Hi, I'm Dr. Craig Levitz. I'm the Chief of Sports Medicine at Northwell Health, as well as the Chief of Sports Medicine at Orlin and Cohen Orthopedics. Here to talk to you today a little bit about injuries we see in boys soccer players. With the playoffs coming up, we're always at increased risk of injury, particularly with the weather turning. And obviously the most common injury we worry about and see in soccer athletes is ACL injuries. Most other injuries are minor and treated easily with rehab and anti-inflammatories, and people don't miss a lot of time, but soccer is well known for the dreaded ACL injury. And we thought we'd spend some time today talking about early warning signs for that, prevention, things that can suggest this just needs Motrin, ice, and you can play the next day, versus signs and symptoms to get to a doctor as soon as possible. The most common sign or symptom of an ACL injury is a pop while you're playing. Now these pops come in all makes and varieties. Some people feel a minor pop and are able to keep running, even finish parts of a game. Other people go down on the field and it's a significant injury. And then a lot of people are somewhere in between. But when a knee pops, 90% of the time it is the ACL that tears. The ACL actually just explodes, it doesn't tear. And the popping is you're hearing it exploding. In the absence of a pop, or even if you hear a pop and you think you're okay, there can be a whole host of other alternatives that it is. And it's really whether that pop occurs and how you're feeling the next day. The curveball being that even with an ACL injury, you can feel fine the next day and still tear your ACL. Because the pain is from the bleeding, and you can tear it and not have much bleeding because they come in all makes and varieties of severe tears and minor tears. Generally, if there's not a lot of swelling in your knee looks like your other knee, you can run without pain, you're probably okay, and working with the trainer and taking some anti-inflammatories is fine. On the other hand, if you're having increased pain or swelling when running, that swelling is often blood, and that would be highly suggestive of an injury, and that's where you should highly consider seeking an orthopedic attention as soon as possible. When I grew up, you had to rely on the orthopedic surgeon's hands. Now, in all of our facilities, we have an MRI readily available. Our firm belief is treating high school athletes like professional athletes. It's very rare you see someone come off the professional soccer field or football field with an injury and they haven't had an MRI the next day. It's already reported in the paper before, right after they have had their injury. We treat high school and college athletes the same way. If they get hurt, we want to be able to send them back onto the field safely and quickly. The high school season is short, it's 8 weeks. It's very easy for a doctor to say, sit out 4 weeks while we see if this is anything significant. But we would rather do an MRI right away and know exactly what is going on. So if it's not dangerous, we can get athletes back onto the field as soon as possible. Unfortunately, some people do have the dreaded ACL injury and the only treatment for that is surgery. However, with newer techniques, people are getting back quicker and earlier, and it's no longer the career-ending injury that it was when I was a child. But now, I would say 99% of our athletes are back on the field within several months playing and participating as good as they ever were. So to sum up, in the future, if you hurt your knee, A, listen for the pop. That's a sign to see the doctor right away. B, if you're able to run and there's not much swelling and everything's fine and anti-inflammatories make it better, you're probably okay. But if there's any question at all, it's very easy to get a quick MRI and know things are good and get back out there.
We ask that you please remain in the stands for
Welcome back to Farmingdale State College. Dylan Butler, Rob Anderson, our entire varsity media crew. What a first half of high-octane, high-attacking soccer. And after 40 thrilling minutes, Carle Place with a 3-2 lead. Rob, some of the first half stats.
Yeah, everything close to even. There are 11 shots to 8 in favor of Cold Spring Harbor. The saves are 2-1. The corners are 2-2. Only 2 offside for Carle Place, none for Cold Spring Harbor. The fouls are at 5-3. Carle Place has a few more. But on the scoreboard, it is 3-2, Dylan. And even though there's 5 goals in the first half, it is not reflective of poor defense. It's reflective of just really wonderful scoring opportunities getting finished.
And again, so often in finals, teams play it close to the vest, playing not to lose. These two are very much playing to win. Cold Spring Harbor kicks things off to start the second half. And it would appear there's a new keeper. Is it a new keeper or just the same keeper for... So we'll get to, when we get an opportunity, the goalkeeping change for Carle Place, it looks like. Is that Anthony Tyrone in goal? And it is. As we'll stop the clock on the injury. There's a good look at Tyrone. He's a guy who was the starter, and then Cordova, won it over, and now Tyrone back in the goal. 32 saves on the season for the senior. Was the keeper a year ago as well when Carle Place made their run to another championship.
This free kick for the Seahawks.
And getting a chance now to be on the field if his team wins to move on to the Long Island Championship. That seems to be the only change otherwise as both teams go out there. And Dylan, I don't know that either coach had much to say outside of keep doing what you're doing, try to keep it mental and spiritual and keep everybody's energy up. Both teams playing a good game so far.
I'm sure there were some subtle tweaks, and you know, when you start to think as the defensive coach and you're like, hey, we can't concede that many goals in the second half. We've got to do X, Y, and Z. But on the attacking side, on the mentality side, on the energy side, yes, stay doing what you're doing.
And this will be a Frogs throw-in.
It's like the first non-Leary throw. And maybe the last, because Leary is setting up for this one.
Yeah, once you're inside this zone, forget it. It's always going in the hands of big number 9. Captain Badge.
Leary curls back post. What a save by Donaldson. It appeared he scooped it out of the back of the net. Wow.
Here's the look at it right now. As you see, the ball went up, maybe a little deflection.
Mihalakis got a touch.
And closing in right behind him was Joey Acquista. Just couldn't get out in front.
What a save. Here's Richmond now. Richmond to the edge of the 18. Sheridan shot blocked. Mihalakis a touch to Pereira. Quickly tries to locate Leary down the field. 1v3. Ryan Leary likes those numbers. They'll win it back, though, in the midfield. Villegas tries to take a touch for Acquista. He'll win it back. Substitution for Cold Spring Harbor now.
Throwing for the Seahawks.
Nice turn, and here come the Seahawks with numbers into the box. Across the face of goal, Tyrone went down, and it just goes out for a Carle Place throw. Dangerous moments there for the Seahawks. Cold Spring Harbor, they'll press high on this, looking to turn it over quickly. Rodriguez to throw. Cold Spring Harbor wins the first and the second ball, but then a push was called from behind, so it'll be Carle Place ball.
I was trying to get a look on the sideline there, Dylan, to see if Cordova was being attended to by any type of injury, but it looks like it's just a technical substitution and Tyrone in to finish the game.
Matt Babino.
Babino on the restart. Unable to keep it in, looking for Pereira. To recap the scoring, this might take a minute. Rio Furukawa opened things up for Cold Spring Harbor. That was back in the 5th minute. And then Ryan Leary leveled in the 8th. And then Graydon Vitagliano made it 2-1 for Cold Spring Harbor in the 15th minute. And then 2 goals 5 minutes apart late in the first half. Babino and then Costa has given Carle Place the 3-2 lead. Foul, and now a set piece opportunity for Cold Spring Harbor.
An aggressive play there by Babino, the 5-on number 5 crime there, hitting Finn Richmond. Looking more like Dennis Potvin wearing number 5 with that body check. Take a look at this play. It shows you how strong both of them are. Richmond getting bumped by Babino. And now it's going to be a free kick for the Seahawks.
Restarts again are such a big part of how Cold Spring Harbor scores goals. Three-man wall set up. It goes to the side of that wall. It's still loose in the box. Shot just over the crossbar. Big opportunity for the equalizer for Cold Spring Harbor.
Here's another look. Looked like they were setting up far, but then that ball kicks out to Josh Stemfel and over the net.
And we mentioned Stemfel scoring in both regular season games between these two teams, split by the same 4-2 scoreline. Throw in for Carle Place.
Throw in for the Frogs.
It's McCarthy. Pereira, again, just trying to locate Leary. He's tripped from behind and fouled by Chamyunk.
Free kick for the Frogs.
Free kick for Carle Place from midfield. From a similar spot in the first half. That one takes a bounce. Donaldson grabs, then has to bounce. Looking like he's in the basketball court. From a similar position in the first half, Pereira put one into orbit and then off the crossbar. This one won by Pereira in the midfield. An undercut of a foul. That was Pereira. Excuse me, that was Villegas with the foul. Sending Luca Mazzilli to the turf.
Yeah, you see it's a pretty hard challenge up in the air. Mazzilli goes down. Referee Sether goes over to make sure he's all right. Set up the ball for the free kick.
Free kick for the Seahawks, number 2.
Will Kisner over the ball. Kisner, a bit too much on that one. And it will go out for a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Through a good portion of the season, Tyrone and Cordova did split matches. And that's what we have again here tonight in the Nassau Class B final. What pressure by Richmond to take it away. Now he'll look to combine. Gets the return pass. Richmond takes a touch in the box, but he was called offside. Great work by Richmond. Did everything right until that last bit of it.
Yeah, then a lot of oohs and ahs when that flag went up and the whistle blew. I love the battle between Richmond and Babino right now. Two very physical players going at it.
Here comes Ryan Leary. Coming at him was Kisner. And it's a goal kick for Ty Donaldson. Donaldson has been the keeper, has been the guy all year. Picked up an injury warming up before the start of their semifinal against Evergreen Charter. And then almost over the PA was an announcement like, is there a keeper in the house? Because the backup Logan Lonoff got hurt as well, and Michael Gito stepped in and did an unbelievable job on no notice, the third string keeper, registering the clean sheet, making 4 saves, including one, a really big one in the box, to help Cold Spring Harbor advance. Nice touch by Mihalakis. Tries to settle. Carle Place fans stand. Mihalakis goes end line. What a slide tackle and dispossession. What an effort by Kisner. Where are we going to go with this one? Mazzilli said, I want it. The official says no.
9, Ryan Leary.
Souther says, give it to that big guy in green.
And Nico Rodriguez didn't think twice.
Leary fires it up this sideline looking for Mihalakis. And now a dangerous one for Leary.
Another throw in for Leary.
Stumpful trying to beat Mihalakis, just got that extra touch on it and immediately threw his head back when it went out, probably knowing that this is going to set up a scoring opportunity for the Frogs.
A good bounce pass for Leary from one of those ball boys from the U12 Carle Place Dynamo. Far post, tapped around, cleared from the end line, from the goal line. Carle Place players saying it went over. Play on though, says Souther, and now it's a 2v2 with numbers coming in for Cold Spring Harbor. That shot blocked. That cross blocked. And now here comes Carle Place. It's heating up again.
Throwing for the Frogs, number 1, Nico.
Yeah, they don't get challenges in high school soccer, and we'll take a look at it, the throw-in, and we'll see if that ball does get over the line. Tough to see on that angle. I don't think either. And I
think it was Chamyonk who cleared it at that back post.
And that AR, Jim Best, was right on the line. You could see immediately after that corner kick. So he had the best vantage point on the field.
Throwing for the Seahawks.
So a heck of a defensive play and almost a huge counterattack there.
And Best says, back up, young man. We're throwing from over here.
So, Dylan, we'll watch out for that counterattack because so far the best scoring opportunity for Cold Spring coming off of one. And they've found an energy and have the horses.
Herrera sends one high into the sky. And again, it's for Leary to battle. Gets his first head on it. Look out. He and Kisner battled for it along the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Cold Spring Harbor.
Substitution on the field for Carle Place.
Carle Place, they've won this championship a lot. How about 10 titles in the last 12 years? 6 in a row as well.
Goal kick by Sheridan.
They've won Class B in 18, 19, 20, 22, and 23. In 21, they won it in Class C. And it's just a difference in classification, just it's alphabet soup. It's the same classification they're in now. They've won the LIC 4 times in the past 10 years. Actually 5 all time if you include the 1991 Class C one as well.
And you alluded to it earlier, their journey stopping against Spackenkill last year. And Spackenkill coached by a great coach, Brendan Cross, and Brendan Mount. That team was so sensational. He was so happy his team hung on to win that game, but a tough loss for Coach Reardon.
For the Seahawks, number 4, Connor Sheridan.
One state title to Carle Place's history, that coming back in 2013. Cold Spring Harbor, they're no stranger to success this time of year either. How about 20 Nassau titles, 11 Long Island championships, 5 New York State crowns as well. Their last Class B title came back in 2009. What a ball. Here's Leary tracking it down. But there's an injured Cold Spring Harbor player. Looks like it's Furukawa along that far sideline. So the clock will be stopped in the 56th minute. Substitution was made immediately by Cold Spring Harbor. Now, it's hard to see from over there, but it might be the same one that we've seen where it's one Furukawa brother in for the other. I think that's Rin coming in for Rio. Pereira. That must have been something discussed at halftime, because instead of attacking the space or playing up, we've just seen Pereira just trying to locate Leary's feet. And now it's Pereira into the box. A much needed tackle by Owen Neary. And we'll have a corner for Carle Place.
Neary, a big body back there, covers a lot of space and is able to muscle the ball. Pereira sets this one up.
Number 10, Jason Pereira.
Pereira headed, still alive, and cleared. 50-50 ball won by Carle Place. The second ball as well. Here's Mihalakis. Lays it off for Pereira. Goes central. Pereira curls it back post. Headed! And a save by Donaldson, who picks up Villegas off the turf.
Well placed there. And a good header, but Donaldson right in the way to block that one, and a big punt back the other way.
It'll take a bounce and another bounce before it's settled, at least for the time being, by Carle Place. I was thinking coming in, Rob, is there an edge to be had in this game? I don't think there was, just because, again, you split the regular season. Yeah, Carle Place maybe have more returning players. They're the defending champions, but I don't know. I think we came into this one, even though, you know, Carle Place is the 1 and Cold Spring Harbor's the 2. I don't think there was an edge to be had.
Certainly not a mental one either. Cold Spring Harbor brought it to them immediately, where, you know, we discussed in the last game when Garden City and Glen Cove in the finals. Glen Cove kind of playing back a little bit, giving a little respect to that Garden City offense, and waiting to attack a little bit more in the second half. Cold Spring Harbor came out guns a-blazing and did not want to give Carle Place any room to breathe. And they had the lead twice in this game, but currently are down by 1, 3-2. And we'll see if Dylan Butler's 4-2 prediction pattern comes into play.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was a prediction as much as it has been the pattern, as you said. And now a chance to counter. Here is Aquista with time and space. Malakis wide open down this right side. Here's Leary. Cuts it inside. Leary. That cross was blocked. Good step up by Villegas to win the ball back. And a step up there as well. Villegas gets it the other way. He's such an important part of this Carle Place midfield as Villegas. You know, he plays that role, right, as a defensive midfielder, the number 6 position, where you're tasked with doing a lot. You have to be a destroyer. You got to stop the other team's attack. You got to win balls in the midfield, but also a lot of times you're that first point of starting the attack as well. Headed clearance by Rodriguez. Richmond, good turn, and he was fouled. So an opportunity here for Cold Spring Harbor. Kisner puts it down. It's Richmond over the ball. Sether will march back what is a 4-man wall, back a couple more yards.
Direct kick for the Seahawks, number 5, Finn Richmond.
Richmond. From about 32 yards, we'll call it. Richmond, save! Tyrone. And that, his first save. Again, came on in the second half. Big boot towards midfield, perfectly locating Leary, who's down and slamming the turf. He is such a competitor that anything that doesn't exactly go right, he's either punching the air, he's punching the turf. I mean, thankfully he's not punching the opponent.
It's a good thing you don't have walls in soccer, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it's like in the Leary household.
Holes in walls.
Just spackle everywhere.
So back to that free kick. Richmond was thinking shot the entire time. And you wonder if they're going to try to set some things up if they're back in that situation or continue to shoot.
Good communication there by Donaldson. Called off his defenders just to make sure that he was the one to grab this ball. 62nd minute. Carle Place with a 3-2 lead.
I thought you said 62nd minute, and I was like, thanks for the info. But you said 6-2, not 62nd. Never mind.
Ball headed clear by Rodriguez. It is minute number 62.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page.
62nd minute. I was like, all right.
Yes, I mean, every minute is in fact 60 seconds.
Yeah,
that's what you're coming at.
That's why I got confused.
I got you.
I'm easily confused. It's been a long week, Dylan Butler.
Here's Leary.
Game 10 of 12 in this playoffs.
Yeah, we have 2 more coming up tomorrow. It's the Class A final and then the Triple A final.
Another Leary throw-in.
Some good battles there. It's going to be Lawrence and Mineola for the single A. And Plainview, JFK against Syosset in the trips.
Yeah, tomorrow's games will be big, and there's an injury. In one game, you've got a contrast of styles. In the other game, that's Lawrence and Flower Park. The other game, you've got almost mirror images, 2 very technical teams in Syosset and Plainview. While we have this injury, why don't we show you, we didn't get a chance before to show you how these 2 teams got here, right? It was a week ago, back here, same field, same location. Let me go back to the daytime. First, we start off with Carle Place and Oyster Bay. And Ryan Leary getting involved. A little flick from the edge of the 6. It's 1-0 Carle Place. How about Jason Pereira? Oh, the left-footed golazo. 2-0. But as it was last year, Oyster Bay came fighting back. This one takes a fortunate roll through, and now it's game on. But Carle Place would hold on and win this one 2-1. Nightcap, Evergreen. Cold Spring Harbor. How about that finish? A stroke of brilliance. And then the goal that puts it away for the Seahawks. And they win that one 2-0. Rin Furukawa scored that opening goal. Luca Mazzilli then with the insurance goal. And Michael Gito, as we mentioned, the clean sheet with 4 saves. Here's the Leary throw. Cleared away, but not out.
And the Bees get that longest layover of all the teams. They had a whole week to get ready for this one.
Yeah, I think in the double A's you had a whole day.
Yeah.
Felt like that at least.
I think it was, 2, right?
It was
Friday?
2 days, yeah. Friday to Monday, and then Monday to, was it Wednesday?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Wednesday. But a whole week for Coach Reardon and Coach Lynch to set up for today's feature. And that 5-2 at half, holding up thus far with 17 remaining in the game.
3-2.
3-2. What did I say? I'm counting 5 total goals. See, this is what happens at the end of the week. Told you the math isn't good. 3-2.
Here's Leary looking to tack on perhaps another goal here. Leary races towards the end line. Clearance, but not out. Settled in the box. Mihalakis. That was blocked for a corner.
Josh Stumfel getting tangled up there with Mihalakis before he got that shot.
And
might have been a little difference.
Sorry, Rob, a sub on the corner. So we've seen Carle Place go short and they go long. And here we see Cold Spring Harbor anticipating a short corner. Over it is the guy who's got the go-ahead assist right now. And now Pereira. There's a little 1-2 there with Pereira and Lima into the box. Leary off his shin. And Donaldson now. But how good has Lima been? He was a kid who spent half the year on JV, and Connor Reardon said that he and his staff just kind of kept an eye on him and monitored him a little bit. But now he's come on and he's really comfortable on the outside. Another one of those academy kids, another lefty. It's a nice luxury to have both if you're Carle Place. What a ball in the box. Toe poke, just wide.
Goal kick by Anthony Tyrone.
But Tyrone leaves it for Babino. Babino with like tree trunk legs. Here's Richmond. Vito Sibilia does just enough. He was physical, but not overly so to draw what would have been a dangerous foul. Good work by Vito. He's one of those seniors that's always been solid, but just didn't get the chance to get a lot of run on the field. But he earned that spot at the start of the year at stopper, and he's run with it ever since. Again, Carle Place in a 4-5-1 sweeper stopper formation. Babino's the sweeper, Sibilia's the stopper. And we say all the time about how the best soccer teams have a strong spine, as Sheridan will throw for Cold Spring Harbor. Flicked on. Tyrone there to make the save. But think about it there. You've got either Cordova or Tyrone in the goal. Then you've got Babino as a sweeper. In front of him, you've got Villegas. In front of him, you've got Pereira. In front of him, you've got Leary. That's a pretty strong spine.
Yeah, you'd sign on for that any day of the week.
You're not going to the chiropractor with that spine.
No, not at all.
The Seahawks, number 4, Connor Sheridan.
So after a flurry of goals in the first half, it's been more of a battle in the second half. Neither able to solve the other, which is fine for Carle Place because they've got the 1-goal lead. Richmond, good step in front of him. Sibilia again, another strong play by Vito. Now a foot race, and again it's Richmond. Plays it back. And that was one where Stempfel just wasn't even centered to the net. That one was always going to go wide.
Yeah, it looked like Patrick McCarthy at Carle Place was going to try to step in and head it, and wisely backed off and let it float wide to set up the goal kick.
68th minute. Babino.
Appreciate the emphasis.
Just wanted to make sure there was clarity. in the booth.
So, yes, I know that there's a strategy to the light touch for the corner kick. Why do you think that Tyrone just keeps rolling it over to Babino?
I just think Babino just has a monster kick. I mean, this time he took it
likes
short,
moving,
but
or what is?
I think so.
Because he could just take them.
I mean, it was the same with Cordova, so I think it's just a strategy to get the ball rolling and have Babino just boot it into the stratosphere.
Throw in for the Seahawks.
And as hard as both teams have battled in this one, we've had one booking. That was to Graydon Vitagliano back in the 26th minute. A very clean game between the two. Handball called. And there's Kisner.
For the Seahawks.
Kisner sends it into the middle third of the field. Picked off, and here comes Mihalakis. Mihalakis has Acquista to the right. I don't think he sees him. Mihalakis goes to goal, and Donaldson with the easy save. If you play the ball to your right, now you've got more numbers. You make an attacking run at the near post. Maybe Leary makes one at the back post. And Acquista, who's got a great service, has options then.
Yeah, Mihalakis had a head full of steam, and as a coach, you sit there holding your breath, watching as Acquista had plenty of space.
A reminder to stick around. Post-game, we'll have the entire awards ceremony coming up at the end of this match. Here's Ryan Leary. Leary just loses it, and now he'll go back and chase. Good step in front. Left-footed shot, takes a subtle deflection, and Donaldson no problem with that one to deny Costa. Costa right now has the winning goal.
Surprising nobody was trailing Leary on that. He was all alone and not a big push behind him.
I think once he gets the ball, you just can't catch him. Like I said, I think he's like just a locomotive coming down the tracks. He's honking the horn. If you see him, if you don't, he's not stopping. Nice step over. Pereira took one heavy touch, though, and it goes back out to midfield. Does Cold Spring Harbor have another goal in them? A year ago, Cold Spring Harbor was upset in the semifinals by Wheatley. That was a 7-7 season. In 2022, they went 10-4-1. They were the top seed. They lost to Carle Place in the semifinals. That by a 2-0 score. Frogs scoring twice in the final 8 minutes. Their last trip to the final was back in 2021, a heartbreaker to Locust Valley, 2-1 loss in double overtime. And here's Mihalakis, 1v3, turned by Leary. And we're almost getting to the point of the game, Rob, where is the Leary guarding the corner patented move going to come into effect soon? Foul called against Mihalakis. And what a year he has had for Carle Place. Pereira and Leary get so much of the attention and the credit, but Mihalakis, how about 16 goals on the season for the number 8? Challenge for that ball, still alive along the end line. Dangerous moments for both teams. Costa's got to track all the way back. Good win, good step up. Now here's Leary. Leary bounces it. Now he does have numbers coming from behind him. Flying in was Pereira. Shoulder barge by Leary. Back to Pereira. There's a wide open duo, including Lima in the box. Lima has had his right arm up like he's hailing a taxi for the past minute.
And if you want to know why Will Kisner's the captain, you just saw it. He has given Leary fits. Gives up the size advantage by a lot, but is getting under him, putting a lot of pressure on him as they take a short throw.
Curled to the near post, Donaldson, no problem. '74th minute. Villegas steps in and just boots it down. They're probably approaching maybe another minute and a half where now Carle Place will likely just go full defensive, maybe attack on a counter, but probably just attack with Leary. And then you could potentially see an MMA match break out by the corner flag. Here's Leary chasing toward that direction.
Carle Place throwing number 9, Ryan Leary.
It'll be his throw.
Substitution on the field for Carle Place.
Leary bounces it a few times, does that hop step, fires off the arms. It's still loose. Mihalakis. It's blocked. And here it comes Cold Spring Harbor with numbers. What a great defensive play. An important takeaway by McCarthy. Now the cross, it's loose. Mihalakis in the box. Settles, shot, blocked, and Donaldson the save. And I think there's a cramping Pereira. There is. We'll stop the clock with a tick under 5 minutes remaining. As soon as he hit the shot, that was blocked. Pereira started hopping with a cramp.
And Dylan, that block, Will Kisner again saying his name a lot defensively. Throws himself out in front of the ball. And fortunately, it does look like it's just a cramp to Pereira. And
tomorrow we're back here, you and I, Rob, as it's the final 2 Nassau County Championship games. Class A, a 4 o'clock kickoff. Lawrence and Floral Park, 2 distinctly different styles. Also a rematch of last year's semifinals, won by Lawrence. And game 2, Plainview, JFK, and Syosset. 2 teams that play very similar soccer, who both played in a 1-1 draw this year. That is a 6:30 start.
Substitution on the field for the Seahawks.
Inside the final 5 minutes now.
Cold Spring Harbor with that substitution, so the clock will run. Any substitutions taken by the winning team. Carle Place at the moment will freeze the clock, even if they put up a guy with a Cold Spring player.
It's a flick over the top. Loose ball, edge of the 18. A missed clearance. The second one is a good one. Mihalakis. We talk all the time about Leary's size, and that was a back heel that wasn't the best of decisions. And now will it become even more costly. Here comes Vitagliano to the end line. Vitagliano near post cross. Still on it to the edge of the 18. That one blocked. Sheridan, and that will be no problem for Tyrone. But we talk all the time, and here is that stoppage, as you mentioned, inside the final 5 minutes on a Carle Place throw. But we speak about Leary's size all the time, but Mihalakis, a big boy himself, about 6'2". And there's Babino. Safely out to midfield. Good save by Lima. He wins the throw. And you are certainly now in that situation of the game where you're taking your time on throws. You're trying to probably get it to the corner and win the ball there. We saw Leary earn actually a couple of cards for doing just that in that Oyster Bay final, which was a 2-1 win. And that a foul, and then a clearance by Carle Place, and I think Sether might have something out of his book. Instead, it's just a conversation with Mihalakis. They just get down the field, go defend.
A little professional courtesy there with the clock stoppage. A good time to tie your shoe. You bet that lace would be undone.
Sheridan's had an issue with that all game. I think it's the second time we've seen him do that. Double knot, that's the key. At least with my daughter at the U6 level. Double knot doesn't untie. So inside the final 3 minutes, it's been a thriller, a wild opening 40 minutes, all 5 goals scored in the first 40. None in the second 40 yet. Did we get a foul or is that a throw? I think it's a foul, which is a dangerous one here for Cold Spring Harbor.
It's Mihalakis again.
We're going the other way?
Oh boy, okay.
Wow. I think there was communication between Sether and Best. You see him putting his hand to his ear, and perhaps Best had it the other way around. He said it was, the ball went out. So Leary spins it up the field inside the final 2 minutes. It's Leary again. Ball sent high in the sky to midfield. Good win there by Mihalakis. Lima. And just sent all the way down. Kisner returns it up the sideline. Richmond tries to run onto it. It was Rodriguez who put it out, saves it beautifully right at the corner flag. Rob, that was going to be a corner kick for Cold Spring Harbor. Desperation time now for the Seahawks.
If you notice, Leary's playing back. Pereira, the guy up top, so you're not going to see that corner.
And here comes Donaldson out of his net. Joining the fray. Sheridan, long throw into the mix. It's loose, it's blocked. Sheridan has Donaldson at the edge of his 18. Corner. 45 seconds. Richmond. Headed, blocked in the front. What a block by Cold Spring Harbor, by Carle Place. And now it's an empty net. Mihalakis still on it. Fires it wide. 18 seconds remaining. Another look, Rob, as the clock stops.
A massive header there by number 4, Patrick McCarthy, saving the day. And then Mihalakis missing on the other end for that dreaded 4-2.
Patty Mack with the save of the year for Carle Place. 12 seconds remaining. It will take a miracle here for Cold Spring Harbor.
And just of note, Pereira was limping pretty heavily after that, still bothered by whatever's going on with a hamstring there.
8 seconds. Ball sent high in the air. Won by Leary. The return ball into the box, headed, cleared, and that's it. The dynasty continues for Carle Place. They are your Class B champions. They defeat Cold Spring Harbor 3-2. Make it 7 county titles in a row.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain in the stands for the
Somebody, and Leary's got to pick up Pereira there. Look at that. What a moment. Pereira's like, hang on, guys. Hang on. I'm cramping up here.
Yeah, one of the only green shirts to not jump up on the bleachers to celebrate with the fans. A heck of a game there. And a battle by both sides, and it's the Carle Place Frogs advancing.
Yeah, first of all, just, you did it at halftime. What a game. Clap it up for both teams. Just they put on such a spectacle of attacking soccer, of all the things that you and I love about the sport, right? Like, it gets criticized for all the wrong reasons, and this was just two teams, mano a mano, let's go after it. Let's play attacking soccer. They played it clean. They played it hard. Only the card, not many hard fouls. It was what you want a final to be.
It certainly was, and all 5 goals scored in the first 40 in a wicked battle, physically, mentally, and Dylan, like I said, a 0 in the second half. That score held 3-2, but the intensity continued the entire game, and a tip of the hat to Kristen Lynch's Cold Spring Harbor Seahawks for bringing their A game. They just couldn't get it in the second half past Tyrone.
Yeah, for Cold Spring Harbor, you feel for these guys. The number 2 seed, Cold Spring Harbor, their season ends 10-7-1, and they left it. I mean, it's a cliche, right? But they did leave it all on the field. They should be absolutely proud of the effort that they put forth. An absolute war on the field. And they just came up 1 goal short. Again, literally 1 goal in 3 matches separated these two teams, and it was the winner here tonight.
And we'll get a look at that traditional handshake there. Sportsmanship was felt throughout, no matter how hard they play, picking each other up. One of the things that we'll have an eye on moving into that Long Island Championship is the health of Pereira. Hopefully he's okay. Definitely feeling it towards the end of the game.
I think the Pereira family just has to head up their local supermarket, get some bananas, get that cramp worked out. So again, it's Carle Place advancing to the LIC. A year ago, they beat Babylon there. And you got to imagine, look, they're taking every game as they come. But with so many returning guys, Rob, that their focus is taking one more step, right? They lost in a heartbreak. We mentioned to Spackenkill a year ago. They want to get up to Middletown. And this team, I think, has the belief and the horses to get them there.
There's our buddy Brian Donahue in the middle.
I think the Nassau County Instagram, which is probably a live video right now, just got some love by those frogs. We'll stick around, as we mentioned. There's a table out at midfield, and that's where the ceremony will take place. Another huddle for Carle Place. And the Frogs, they are now 14-2-2. And certainly well-deserved winners of this one. And what I've liked, at least, Rob, I don't know if you would agree with me, but what I've liked to this point so far, Nassau County's crowned 2 champions, Garden City, Carle Place. Like, they were the deserving champions. I mean, listen, Glen Cove, Cold Spring Harbor, they battled, right? No one would say boo if they won. But from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, the best team in each class came away with the county championship.
Yeah, you said it, Dylan. And 2 teams that have a little bit of a dynasty type of feel to them as well. So there comes a confidence and a swagger come playoff time when the stars shine. And you got it here today.
Why didn't you set up to do that scrimmage between them? I mean, think about that, right? You got 2 county champions before the start of the playoffs scrimmaging each other. Yeah. Carle Place and Garden City.
Which tells you both coaches know. Hey, like, hey, help me out, I'll help you out.
So we're just about set, you can see the two teams getting ready to line up. And once all of the Cold Spring players make their way to that side, we'll, I think, get the ceremony started. And when it does begin, we'll bring it all to you right here in the Varsity Media Sports Network.
For a tremendous season.
So the awards being brought to the table at midfield. Brian Donahue wearing a few different hats, helping out with the awards. His cell phone also in place. And there you see some of the awards being ready to be given out. As Christian Lynch, the last with Ty Donaldson to make it to the bench. So Al Freeman with a few words for the Cold Spring Harbor players, no doubt telling them they should be proud of what they accomplished, not just tonight, but throughout the season, and to hold their heads high for an incredible battle and an incredible run.
And it is one of my favorite things about this time of year. Al Freeman always takes the time to speak to both teams, and it's not a condolences, it's a job well done. It's a tip of the hat. And also explaining to them the value of this moment, that, you know, you're going to get honored right now. You're going to get celebrated right now. You earn this.
And hey, listen, only 2 teams make it to this point. Now, there's not as many teams in Class B as other classifications, but any other team in Class B, they would kill to be in this situation, to be on the field in a county final. So it is something to be cherished. And looks like Freeman with the captains. He'll give out a team award. And now we'll get set for the ceremonies that should award the trophies here to the champions of Class B, the Frogs of Carle Place.
Coach Pat Leary calling up, I think, to see what's going on, get the ball rolling here. Coach Leary, the president of Nassau County Soccer and father of Ryan. And he's going to be distributing these awards, which is what he does, except now he gets to give it to his own.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and when Pat Leary makes the phone call,
captains for Carle Place Frogs.
We start.
And receive
there he is.
the championship
Smile on his face. It's got to feel a little different when you pass the plaque on to his son as a coach this time.
So that is the team trophy. It's not fair that it's Leary holding it. They can't reach it. They'll be set for the individual awards
for the
as
Frogs,
well.
as your name is called, would you
Let's send it
please come
down
up
to the
to
PA
receive
announcer for
your championship medal.
the ceremony.
Number 1, Nico Rodriguez. Number 2, Sparsha Gomez. Number 3, Vito Shabilia. Number 4, Patrick McCarthy. Number 5, Matt Bobino. Number 6, Joey Loista. Number 7, Joey Acquista. Number 8, Luis Gutierrez. Number 9, Ryan Leary. Number 10, Jason Pereira. Number 11, Robbie Abatiello. Number 12, Jared Nunez. Number 13, Luis Solano. Number 14, Aiden Gonzalez. Number 15, Gavin Lima. Number 16, Philip Parakovich. Number 17, Luis Viega. Number 18, Carlo Parakovich. Number 19, Evan Mihalakis. Number 20, Cristiano Costa. Number 21, Luke Benarski. Number 23, Stratos Mihalakis. Number 24, Tristan Soares. Number 00, Max Cordova. Number 0, Anthony Terrell. And number 99, Aiden Kalantarov. Once again, congratulations to your 2024 Section 8 Class B Boys Soccer Champions, the Carle Place Frogs.
So those Frogs, they'll hop on to the Long Island Championship, where they'll look to do it again, Rob. And I think when you look again at the makeup of this team and the big games they've played and the way they've performed, I don't think you bet against these guys going forward.
No, they are absolutely built like a team ready to win in a big spot. And on Tuesday, November 5th, they'll find out who they're playing over in Suffolk County. It's either going to be Babylon or Cinema Riches to move on there. And it gives Coach Connor Reardon plenty of time to think about what's going on, think about it, the game plan, and hopefully everybody heals whatever injuries they have. And we know what they'll be watching on Tuesday. Congratulations, Frogs.
Well, we hope they're watching tomorrow as well for the Class A and the Class AAA championships. Those games right here tomorrow at 4 and 6:30 on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Congratulations again to Carle Place. You are Class B champions, and for our entire Varsity Media crew, our executive producer, he likes Messi over Ronaldo, Ben Turchin. For our technical director, Becca Kazaks. For Kevin Colonado and Ron Pierre. For my broadcast partner, Rob, don't call me Ron Anderson. I'm Dylan Butler. Thank you for joining us from Farmingdale State College. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow right here on the Varsity Media Sports Network.